Hello everyone and welcome to Lifestyle. I'm Denise Simons, your host, and this is a show about bringing life into your home and helping you create your style. And we do it all by giving you tips and inspiration and resources right here in Middle Tennessee to create everything that you'll see on the show. Well, I hope you had a great weekend. I certainly did and took advantage of being outdoors. My husband and I did some of the gardening. We have a pyracanthes that we clip and trim, and then I planted some violas and ended up with like a sinus thing. You know, it's just this Tennessee thing, I guess. Anyway, but we took advantage of it and it was fabulous. Well, do you have a man in your life who needs to get organized, or maybe you're that man? Well, we're going to be showing you some closets that have a place for everything as well as a design element. This is one of my favorite features. It's actually recycled old belts that have been created into a backsplash. It's a really cool feature that's coming up. And if you're like me, you want to stay outside as long as you can, as long as the seasons will allow. And that's why a sunroom or a solarium is a great way to go. And Stacy Benson is here with Great Day Improvements. He's going to be telling us the difference between the two and also showing us some brand new products on the show. Also, Bonnie Jones, well, she was featured, you might have seen her in the New York Times on Saturday, and she is here to talk about the latest trends in furniture. You're going to learn so much coming on the show. But right now, I want you to take a look at this really nice place for everything, this beautiful closet. Take a look. Well, I'm standing in front of something that everybody has, and that's a closet. But what that closet looks like, well, that's another story. It's so important that you have organization, and that helps when you have a place to put everything. We're going to be talking about garages, pantries, home offices, as well as closet space. When I need tips and solutions for storage, well, I go to my good friend Michael Boat of California Closets. He specializes in storage solution. What I love is he makes them look like pieces of furniture. He's really raising the bar and bringing the latest trends to Nashville. Let's go talk to him and take a look at the newest. Now I'm excited to take a tour and see the latest trends. You will not believe the possibilities that are available now in storage. Michael, take us on a tour.
Well, this closet we built here is a very contemporary, sort of a man's closet in the house, if you will. And some of the latest trends, I'll just give you three words: color and texture and movement.
Love that.
Several years ago, we would do closets all the same color, and we still do a lot of that.
Right.
But for people who want to combine colors intelligently and in kind of an artistic way, it can be fun to bring in different colors as an accent or a highlight item in the design somewhere.
And I love this. It almost looks like a linen or a birch.
This is some of our new Italian materials that we're working with. It's called our Tesoro line. And this color here is called driftwood. It's got a vertical wood grain, but a horizontal texture. It's just striking in person.
And I love how you've used it with this espresso. And tell me about these knobs.
Yep. Well, this hardware is just, it's a slightly oversized piece. It's just distinctive. It creates kind of a cool touch. I envision the person who has this closet has got a lot of personality, and they want to do something that's a little bit outside the box, a little bit on the cooler side. In fact, to the extent that we want to do soft close drawers with it, we put soft close doors on all the doors so you never hear any slamming in the closet anymore. Just nice, small, careful touches.
Say goodbye to the thwack.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Well, one thing that I want to talk about is this backsplash. This is so unusual. It's like having a piece of art. Tell me about this.
It is. We found a supplier in the Northeast that gathers recycled belts from Goodwill stores, and instead of ditching them, they combine them into almost like a piece of art. And so we just use this as like a little highlight piece, as a backsplash between the drawers and the upper doors, just as a focal point in the closet.
I love that. And this kind of has a masculine feel.
Absolutely.
Oh, any gentleman would love this closet.
You got it.
So many people are working from home now. I know that I have a home office, and how you set it up is so important. Michael, tell me more about home offices.
Absolutely. Denise, a lot of people work from home these days. The possibilities of the internet and telecommuting has made it so that folks have the ability to not report to an office building. They can just report to a spare bedroom in the house.
I love it. But how you set it up is important. Tell me about what we're seeing here.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the vision of this specific space was we had envisioned someone who perhaps works from home during the day, but they wanted to also create a spot for the kids to be able to do homework at night. So this specific setup has two different workstations, one for mom or dad and then one for the kids. And we also incorporated some staggered heights and depths on this just to make it a bit more interesting visually. So you can see that each different unit goes up and down. It's got decorative crown molding and raised panels. It's a bit of a formal design, but a really cool layout.
I love that. And I also like that you use the designer touches with the blue in the background and some of the hardware.
Just a little splash of color can inject some personality into the design. And again, you've got the cool hardware and the soft closed doors. Nice touches.
That's great. And I like this backsplash too. This is actually a fabric, but it's for use,
Totally,
right?
yeah. Tack board's been around forever, but this is kind of more of a designer-centric tack board. A spot to put up to-do list or calendars, that sort of stuff.
And you know, in a home office, you want to use every inch of space, and this only takes up about an inch, and that's a pull-out drawer.
Exactly. Yep, it's just a great way to get that spot for your pens, pencils, etc.
Well, a lot of people don't like to give up a bedroom because what are you going to do with the guests?
Totally.
So, what do we have here?
Yeah, everyone's heard of a Murphy bed before, and this design incorporates a spot for a bed for when the company comes over. You may not want to have a bed dominate a room, but you want to be able to have a spot for people to sleep when they come over as guests or visitors, and that's what this does in this design.
Wow. And I mean, you have full use of the space, but when you're finished, it becomes your home office again.
Exactly. Isn't that cool?
I love it. Great idea. Another area of the home where you need storage and sometimes custom storage is the media room. Tell me about this, Michael. This is so pretty. It's sort of a floating shelf.
This is a bit more of a contemporary look and feel for this specific piece, but yeah, we designed this media center for the specific size television and the components that were going to go with it, and we decided to marry this with our virtuoso approach to building, which is that floating shelf concept.
I like it because there aren't any, you don't have to have walls on this piece.
It gives a bit more of an open feel to it. It's less boxy in its construction, a very clean, very contemporary look and feel to the design.
Now, what about weight? If you put a lot of books, or, I mean, is it going to hold the weight?
Totally, yeah. What you don't see on this is a lot of action behind the back panels. There's a grid system that strengthens the wall and gives us the ability to clip a shelf into that grid system so it's strong as a rock and lets you put as much weight on there as you want to. It's made out of solid steel, so weight's just not a concern.
Oh, I love that. And I like all of the custom finishes. I notice here we've got a gloss finish and a wood tone, and then we also have these ergonomic pull-outs. Tell me about these.
Yeah, it's a really understated hardware. We wanted sort of the look of the system to be the draw to it, but you still have to be able to open a drawer, so it's just a really simple but really clean and modern looking hardware piece for the drawers. And as you can see, we incorporated the soft close into this as well.
And what about these finishes? This is a gloss.
Yep. Yeah, we did a white wood grain for the shelves. We did a dark wood grain for the drawer faces and for the backing, and we chose a gloss white for the fronts.
And I love this wood grain that's here.
Yes,
this is a fantastic, but there's lots of other finishes as well.
Totally, and you can do this in any finish, you can do this in any design, and it's a custom solution. So if you have a bigger TV or you have more components or there's speakers you're trying to accommodate, that's where we come in as a company. We create truly tailored solutions for individual homeowners' needs.
Wow, this is so creative.
Thanks.
We hope all of you feel inspired to get a little organized in your own home. And remember that Michael Vogt of California Closets will be glad to help you with your storage solutions.
Coming up, patio enclosures just in time for the fall season. Stacy Benson is here with Great Day Improvements. We'll be talking about the difference between sunrooms and solariums, and also we'll talk about bells and whistles of furniture. Everything from button tufting to, well, all those beautiful lines that you see in furniture, burlap, and also all of the details. We're going to be talking with Bonnie Jones about that from Decorating Dent Interiors. That's all coming up, so you got to come back with us right after this break.